huge surprise right now. I knew this was gonna be a possibility, but I didn't think it was gonna happen like this, man. I thought Zurdo Ramirez and Jai Patel would definitely be an option that could happen next. But it looks like a lot of these fights that's gonna be huge, huge fights would definitely be towards the end of the year. Now this is a good fight still. Durko's definitely gonna be a tough opponent for Zurdo. Where Durko's I don't know, man. He's a guy who hasn't fought that much over the last couple of years. I would say definitely is a huge surprise in my eyes, but it's gonna be a good matchup. Zurdo Ramirez is in here with another guy who lost to Ramirez Breedis back in 2020. He's only fought 3 times since 2020. Has a record of 27-2 with 25 knockouts. Definitely have a lot of power. Definitely is a guy who's been in the ring with a lot of opponents that can get the job done. But with him not being very active since 2020, that could play a huge part. But at the same time, when you've been fighting at a high level for so long, you know how to get prepared. Your preparation is going to be high. But yes, I say it's bad news that Zurdo Ramirez and Javita is not fighting right now. Another roadblock in front of everything, and maybe they're trying to save this fight for undisputed. Maybe these guys are trying to get those other belts first, and then meet each other at the finish line. It kind of looks like what's going to happen right now. Is Zurdo Ramirez probably a little more prepared to fight against a guy like Jai Patai? Who knows? He hasn't been a cruiserweight in a long time. Hasn't had a lot of fights. So they could play a huge part, but the mandatories is definitely coming in right now still. Which, if they're going to do mandatories while everything's going on, it makes sense. But, just the way boxing's been going lately, the mandatories still catch me off guard because it hasn't really been put out that much over the last couple of years. And then lately, ever since Riyadh really started, we've seen a lot of mandatories being pushed out, and now guys are getting opportunities, which definitely does help. Guys getting opportunities at a certain level, especially with the rankings still being a huge part of boxing. You want to actually use those for a reason. And when you have a guy like Zurdo Ramirez, he's going to fight guys at a high level, high ranked guys. And I feel like he definitely still needs to prepare himself at that weight class for a guy like Jai Patai, who's been there for a while. And you don't want to just rush yourself into a fight. You want to be fully prepared. His team is confident that he can go in there and do some things right now. I'm confident that he can go in there and put on a good performance. But it's not a guarantee that he's going to be in perfect position to actually cause some havoc. But, he's a high-skilled boxer. This is what he does. We don't have a date so far yet as when the fight will happen. We'll have to definitely wait and see. But as far as I know, the Jai Patai fight with him definitely won't happen. We'll have to wait on Badu Jack or Rozeki. So, it's a lot of things going on right now. I don't know if the cruiserweight division is ready to take off just yet. Maybe they have some more players in the position where they can come into the fold, and maybe the options change. Maybe they just don't go straight into unifications right now. Maybe they're waiting on certain events to happen or things to clear up, especially these mandatories. We just had Avatar have a mandatory, which was a replacement that turned into David Nika. And now we have Durko, so we'll have to see. But this should be an interesting fight, interesting matchup. This guy's doesn't have a terrible record. He has some tough losses, but he's been in some tough fights. Should be a huge challenge still.